experiences. Also, I kind of manifested different powers. For example, I could do remote vision. Another thing that I manifested was body scanning. I would say the last thing that really touched me was how everything is so kind of personal. The whole experience, like people really attend to you, they care about you. You're not just a number in a program, but you're treated like a real being. So I really appreciate that.
Everybody has a wonderful breakthroughs and experiences.
Life-changing process once you have joined.
I would recommend this to anyone who wants to make a big shift in his life, a big change. Not even just like growth, but for personal transformation and breakthroughs, because this program just brings you to the next level.
If anybody is just tired of being tired and wants to do something new in his life, I encourage you to come and try PSS. Make it happen for your life. You're not gonna regret it. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna do it for yourself.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several.
Let's begin the Nithyananda Yoga with the Sadguru Vandanam. Join your hands together. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Keep your eyes closed. As we chant the Shiv Mula Mantra 11 times internally. Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. 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 Now we'll be entering into the Tattvachana, the ritualistic cleansing. Take the udhani of water in your hand and begin with the japa. Om Ham, Om Atmadattam Sodhyami Sudha, Om Vidyattam Sodhyami Sudha, Om Shivadattam Sodhyami Sudha. Wipe your upper lip. Om Ham Hridaya Namaha. Now clasp your hands and place it on your right thigh as we enter into the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. Close your eyes and visualize what you want to manifest as already manifested. And with this, let's begin. Om Mamo Pata Samasta Duridasha Dwara Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Visishtayam Asyam Subhatitho Purna Arogya Yukta Durgata Yogic Sarya Siddhyartham Paramashiva Shakti Aviskaranatham Nithyananda Yoga Vihasam Karishe. Om Apaprishya. Wash your hands. And with this, we'll be now beginning with the Panchama Vinyasa Krama sequence. And the first asana is Siddhasana Chatwari or Siddhasana 4. So be seated in a comfortable position with your spine upright and hips grounded. Draw one heel in towards the perineum and stack the opposite foot gently on top. Draw one, then cross your arms in front of your chest, keeping your shoulders relaxed and chest open. Perform the Shambhavi Mudra where your eyes are open wide, steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Kumbhaka is Shitkari Kumbhaka. Gently press your tongue against the upper palate with the tip behind the front teeth. Slowly inhale through the teeth to create a hissing sound and hold your breath. Engage Moola Bandha where you contract the pelvic floor muscles, lifting up without tension. Visualize yourself as one who has already attended the inner order. Nothing to chase, nothing missing. Feel the base sealed and steady. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Siddhasanam. The next asana is Nirvrityasanam. As you are seated in a comfortable position with your spine upright and hips grounded, and draw one heel close to the perineum and stack the opposite foot gently on the top. Allowing the knees to settle down naturally, cross your arms in front of you, forming, interlacing the finger in front of your belly. Shambhavi Mudra, Sitkari, Kumbhaka Pranayama, Moola Bandha. Visualize attention running inward, as if the senses gently disengage from the outer world and return home. Chant japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Nivrityasanam. The next asana is Simhasana Chaturtha. From the seated position where your one leg is close to the perineum and the other opposite foot is just above that, place the back of your hands on the respective palm. Hands open, facing up. Open your mouth wide and visualize yourself as lion as you gaze to the nose. Shambhavi Mudra, Chitkari Kumbhaka Pranayama. Engage Moola Bandha as you visualize yourself as a majestic lion embodying courage, confidence, and regal calm. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Dasashayneshu Prathamam Siddhasanam Dutiya Bhadrasanam Tritiya Padmasanam Chaturtha Gomukhasanam. The next asana is Mriga Swastikasana. From the seated position, with your spine upright, legs crossed, so that the right foot rests on your left thigh. The right foot is resting on your left thigh, and the left foot rests on your right thigh. So bring your left thigh on the right foot, and left thigh is under the left foot is under the right thigh. Bring your legs to face each other. Keep your knees grounded softly. Form a Mrigasita mudra by placing both hands on your knees with finger creating deer head gesture. So in this, your index finger, little finger, and thumb are straight up. This is Mrigasita mudra. Visualize yourself as a gentle deer, balanced, graceful, and deeply connected. Chitkari Kumka Pranayama. Engage Moola Bandha as visualize as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Statavyam Bhutale Pado Vasanasya Yoginaha. The next asana is Sthirasana. So begin from the comfortable seated position and draw one heel close to the perineum and other foot is gently on the top. So heels are on the top of each other, allowing the knee to settle naturally. Then interlace the finger in front of your stomach, keeping your shoulders relaxed and open. The hands are interlaced in Paramashiva Mudra in front of your stomach. Once again, perform Sitkari Kumbhaka Pranayama. Visualize absolute steadiness at the center, as if nothing inside you need to shift or adjust. Moola Bandha, Chant Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Atha Sthirasanam. The next asana is Sthita Panasana. So from the comfortable seated position, from the previous position, raise both the hands upward above the head in alignment with the shoulders. Then simultaneously, keep your shoulders relaxed and chest open. Perform Shambhaya Mudra, Sitkari Kumbhaka Pranayama. Engage Moola Bandha. Visualize a steady inner heat burning in the core like a controlled flame, like strengthen without agitation. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Sita Tapanasanam. The next asana is Pavanasana Dve. From the kneeling position. So start from the kneeling position with your knees grounded and your spine tall. Then place your four fingers near at the navel. So stand on your knees. Stand on your knees. And then place your four fingers near the navel at the front of the body while positioning your thumb around the back. Holding the waist firmly. Keep your chest lifted, shoulder relaxed as you engage the core. Gently as you raise your feet off the ground behind you. You are raising your feet behind you. Maintain your balance. Shambhaya Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama. Visualize inner wind being contained and directed rather than scattered. As a chant japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Atha Pavanasanam. The next asana is Purnapada Trikonasana. So start from the standing kneeling position with your knees close together. So this time, bring the knees together without touching. So make it closer but without touching. And then bring your feet wider than the shoulder width. Make sure that your knees are together but still not together, touching each other, and feet are outside more than your shoulder width apart. Keeping the top of the feet flat on the ground and toes tucked. Lengthen your spine as you lift your chest upright. Bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra. Perform Ujjayi Kumhaka Pranayama, where you slightly contract the throat and draw the breath slowly in through the nostril. Producing the sound of the ocean. Retain the breath within and comfortably, and then exhale. Engage Mula Bandha. Visualize your base forming a complete unbroken triangle. Each foot and knee contributing equally to total stability as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Purnapada Trikonasanam. The next asana is Simhasana Pancha. So come to your kneeling position. So sit on the kneeling position. And then cross your ankles beneath the perineum. Cross your ankles and sit on the heels, soles turned upward. Place both the palms on the top of the knees. Draw the chin to form the Jalandhar Bandha, throat lock. Keep the gaze fixed to the tip of the nose. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumhaka Pranayama, and visualize yourself as a powerful lion, steadfast, confident, and fearless. Gaze to the nose as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gulfo cha Vrishnasyadho Vikta Meno Dhavantu Tapataha Titi Mula Bhumi Sansap So Karocho Janu No Pari. The next asana is Ardha Vrikshasana. So start from the kneeling position and then interlace your fingers. Place the back of your hands firmly on the ground to create a stable base. Then lower your crown of your head into your palms, allowing the head to gently support while keeping most of the weight in your hands and forearms. And lift your hips upward, bringing your knees off the ground. Keep your knees bent. And off the ground, with heels drawn close to the buttocks. Engage your core as you perform Sirasi Mudra. Sirasi Mudra means rest the hands lightly upon the head, maintaining stillness and breath and mind. Form Kevala Kumbhaka, allowing the breath to pause naturally. Observe without force, maintaining relaxed awareness. As you visualize a young tree lifting itself upward, roots firm, trunk forming strength, still developing, but reliable. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Ardha Vrikshasanam. And if you are able to maintain the similar posture, then we can move to the next asana from there. Ardhangiri Vrikshasana. So from the seated position, if you have come to the normal position, from the seated position on your knees, interlace a finger once again on the ground. Lean forward as you bring your crown of the head on the ground. Lean forward and lift your knees and extend the arms. Extend your legs upward, forming a vertical alignment. So both your legs are up in Sirsasana. So perform Sirsasana and then draw, slowly bend one knee and bring the foot to the inside of the opposite thigh and hold firmly. So this is variation of the Sirsasana, Ardhangiri Vrikshasana, where your one knee is bent on the inner thigh. Tirasi Mudra, rest the hands lightly upon the head, maintaining stillness of the breath and mind. Kevalaka Kumbhaka, engage Mulbandha. Visualize yourself as a slim, steady tree, roots from the Sahasrara Chakra spreading wide beneath the surface for subtle support. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Adhangari Vrikshasanam. Now we'll be repeating Ardhangiri Vrikshasana on the other side. So from the similar posture, switch the position of your legs. This time, bend the other foot and Ardhangiri Vrikshasana as you visualize yourself as a slim and steadfast tree, roots from the Sahasrara Chakra, spreading wide as a chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Ardhangiri Vrikshāsanam. Now come to the kneeling position as we enter into the next asana, which is Anjalika Asana. Come to the kneeling position. Place both your hands gently over your heart center. Hands are in Anjali Mudra. So don't go with the display. Bring your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest. Perform the Kevalaka Kumbhaka. Visualize a radiant light glowing at your feet. Center as you express the deep gratitude, humility, and reverence towards Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramasham. As you bring your gaze to the nose, as you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Januni Bhumo Nidhaya Hastadvayam Hridaya Sthapayet Anjalikasanam Idam Ramanasanam Idi. The next asana is Mrityunjaya Asana. It's a death-conquering posture. From the seated position on your knees, place the crown of your head gently on the ground as your hands are interlaced, as like in Sirsasana. And then lift your knees and extend your legs vertically up, forming a firm vertical alignment. Keep your elbows and forearms grounded to stabilize the body. Focus your mind on the Paramashiva and abide steadily within this posture, embodying fearlessness and depth that lets space. Visualize yourself being blessed by Paramashiva, Swamiji, transcending any and all fears. Perform Vaishnavi Mudra. Hold outer vision, steady without blinking, while awareness remains inward. Engage Mulbandha and chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Mrityunjayasanam Nama Sirsa Bhume Sprishan Pado Vyomen Dhyayan Mahadevam Mrityunjayasanam Amritam Labhe. The next asana is Urdhva Samyukta Padasana. In this asana, it is similar asana. In this, you bend both of your knees while you are standing in Sirsasana. From the previous posture itself, where soles of the feet are together, knees bent. Hold firmly, Vaishnavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka. Engage, Moola Bandha. Visualize your joint feet as small, radiant moon above you. As we chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Urdhva Samyukta Padasanam. The next asana is Khadgasana Purvangam. So from the previous similar asana, as you lift yourself with knees bent, soles of the feet together, lift your knees and spread them wide. Soles of the feet together, heels down towards the perineum. Vaishnavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka. Visualize the emerging edge of strength and resolve within you as you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Putit Janu Prasarya Padatare Sammaiva Sanyojayet Yadha Shakti Kumbha Kakshito Vyayayum Samuprabhet. The next asana is Khadgasana. This time, from the center posture, straighten your legs vertically up. Keep your arms grounded to support and stabilize the body as you perform Kevala Kumbhaka, allowing the breath to pause naturally. Observe without forcing. Maintain relaxed awareness. Vaishnavi Mudra, engage Mulbandha. Visualize the shining blade of sword fully forged and steady in your hand. As you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Bhujan Gulibhir Bhumo Nithaya Karayog Rangullihi Samyak Badniyet. The next asana is Urdhva Padmasana. So be in the similar posture and cross your legs in Padmasana. So this is from variation of the previous asana. So once again, if you want to take a break, just relax for a moment and once again come back to the Sirsasana position or the previous asana where your legs are in Padmasana. Engage your core and press evenly through the back of your hands to maintain the balance. Hands in Parashamudra interlaced. Kevala Kumbhaka. Visualize a lotus rising upward from still water, rooted below, untouched by turbulence, opening clearly towards clarity. As you engage the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Urdhva Padmasanam. Relax for a moment as we enter into the next asana, which is Mandalasana. From the seated position with your knees, place the crown of your head onto the ground and then interlace a finger at the back of your head, like in the previous asana. Keep the elbows and forearms on the ground and then bring the knees up and soles together. Heels are near the perineum. With toes tucked, walk the feet in circles. So your feet is on the ground and you're walking your feet around in circles. To the side, to the center, then other side, and then back to front in circles. Visualize Vaishnavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka. Visualize a radiant, luminous mandala spinning radiant steadily within you. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Mandalasananam Padabhyam Bhumi Prisham Hastabhyam Cha Paribhramanam Mandalakaram Dakshinam Vamacha. The next asana is Khadgasana Uttaranga. So from the seated position with your knees, place your crown of the head on the ground and lift your legs up, forming a steady balance. And then extend both of your arms straight to the sides. So this is a variation. It's a variation of Sirsasana where your hands are straight on the sides. Elbows will not be bent. So it's a difficult posture. So make sure that you are taking the support of your partner, taking the support or even the wall to balance yourself. And from this position, press your head onto the ground and lift your legs vertically up. Maintain the alignment. As you visualize a radiant sword with blade. Kevala Kukumaka, Vaishnavi Mudra, Chand Japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Bhunjanguli Pravapuratah Prasarya Padadvayam Panchasanam Natam Vidhaya. The next asana is Vajrasana, Padakara, Mudrasana. So say, come to the sitting position, kneeling position. Sit on your knees, toes flat, resting your sitting bones on the top of your heels. Keep your spine long and shoulder relaxed. Place both hands on the respective thighs. Make your elbows straight. The elbows will not be bent. Elbows are straight and head facing forward. Perform Shakti Chalana Mudra. Awaken the base energy, Muladhara energy, with a steady intent. Draw the prana upward through the spine. Perform the Ujjayi Kumukha pranayama. Visualize dynamic energy coursing through your legs and spin as this rapid motion loosens. Tension deepens flexibility. Engage Mulabandha, gaze to the nose as we chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vajrasana Sthi Yogi Karabhyam Padayuktam. Chalaye Dviti Vegan Loli Bhavanti Nashyitam. The next asana is Gadurasana, Chat, or Gadurasana 6. From the seated position with your knees, bring the knees together and spread your feet wide apart. Knees together, feet wide apart, and then rotate inside of your feet together and rest your palms on respective knees. The heels are inward and toes are outside. Ujjayi Kumukha pranayama. Inhale and hold the breath. Vaishnavi Mudra, Mool Bandha. Visualize Garuda's majestic wing enveloping your body. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dvijasanam Apya Atra Ukkotasanam Uttamam. Mana Guptasanam Chaiva Garudasaname Vacha. The next asana is Gorakshasana Dve. From the kneeling position with your heels together and knees wide apart. Allow the inner edge of your feet to rest on the ground with the soles facing towards one another. Settle your hips evenly. Cross your arms behind your back. Reach to wrap the index finger in Prana Mudra. So hold the big toes in the Prana Mudra. Ujjayi Kumukha pranayama. Visualize the presence of Sage Goraksha, the master who systematically Hatha Yoga as a path, practical path to self-realization. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Gorakshasanam. The next asana is Kurmasana Shat, the Kurmasana 6. From the seated position with your knees spread wide apart, bring your torso forward, lean forward and rest your elbows lightly on your knees. And then slowly bring your chest down to the ground. Rest your chin on the mat as well. Keep your heels together behind you and toes flat on the ground as you gaze forward. Purva Mudra. Draw the senses inward, becoming still and withdraw like turquoise within it. Perform Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Engage Mulbandha. Visualize the steady, patient presence of a total observing the world with calm wisdom. As you chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Purmalam Dekhanam Urdhana Unadharadhari Karmasanam Rahi Vidhi Kare Kurukulu. The next asana is Adhoka Gasana. So from this position, place your hands and feet on the mat and press your palms firmly, spreading your fingers wide and lift your hips towards the sky to form an inverted V shape. Keep your feet hip width apart, heels pressing down, spine long, head relaxed between your arms. Engage your legs and core as you perform Shambhi Mudra or Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as a graceful, majestic bird. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Purvakhago Madhyakhagas Tatha Dhokhaga Ishyate Niradharo Pari Chaga Thayek Jidan Gava Radhihi. The next asana is Alidhasana. Come to the standing position, and from the standing position, step one leg forward into a lunge, about 90-degree bent from the front knee. Tuck your toes at the back, under, and keep the back leg mostly straight. So your front knee is at 90-degree and the back leg is straight, toes tucked. And then extend one arm on the same side as the front leg while drawing the opposite arm back into the fist, closing towards the chest. The hands will be in Dhanu or Vama Mudra, where press the ring finger and the little finger by the thumb, touching the respective shoulders. Hands, opposite hands, fist, extend the index finger. Perform the Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as focused, honored archer, steady. And as you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep holding the posture as we enter into the Sahas Pramana, which is Atha Alidhatu Prakarta Vyasavyam Devanu Kunchitam. The next asana is Ardha Chandrasana Dve Uttaranga. In this asana, as you are standing with your feet width apart and front foot pointing forward, from this position, bend your front knee deeply and lift your front heel off the ground. Lower your torso towards your front thigh as you reach your top arm over and beyond your head for a long side stretch. Place your lower and hand slightly near your ankles for the support. Avoid collapsing your chest, Shambhavi Mudra or Jai Kumka Pranayama. Visualize cool moonlight racing through your spine as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As we enter into Sastramana, Bhuje Janu Veshta Veshtayatvam Umurdham Nibhumo Nayet. The next asana is Baddha Parshva Konasana. So as you are standing with your legs, left leg forward onto the deep lunge, keeping the back leg straight, lean forward slightly and thread your left arm under the front thigh. Then reach around towards your back, bring the right arm around your back to grasp the left wrist, forming a bind. Hands in Paramashiva Mudra. Rotate your torso towards the front leg and lift and chest is open. Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama, visualize being firmly bound by a strong and unbreakable rope. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Pakshayo Pada Sandhesha Dharanam Kechita Buddha Udaras Sadhaya Shote Dharanam Varad Padayo. The next asana is Urdha Akasha Thartaka Asana. So, from the tabletop position, press your hands onto the ground and toes are tucked. Lifting your heels. So, place both the palms on the ground, both the feet on the ground. From this position, lift your heel as you raise the hips into a V shape. And shift your weight onto the left hand and foot. Lift and rotate the right leg, placing your right foot behind you. Lift the chest up. Extend the right arm over and back. So your left palm is on the ground and right palm is over and at the back. Engage your core as you visualize yourself as a radiant, untethered, mystic bird. Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Uddha Khago Madhya Khagas Tatha Khago Ishyate. The next asana that we are entering is repeating Pratyala Lindharasana. So from the standing position, this time bring your right foot forward at 90 degrees and left leg is at the back. And from this position, bring the respective hand, the right hand at front, both the hands in fist. Visualize yourself as focus on river archer. Jai Kumka Pranayama, Moola Bandha, chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. As we enter into the Sastramana, Agrato Vama Padasya Dakshina Chanu Kunchitam. The next asana that we are about to enter is Ardha Chandrasana Dve Uttaranga, repeating on the other side. So with the same right leg or the same leg in front and same leg at the back, this time lean forward as you Bring your both the arms overhead, reaching beyond your head for alongside a stretch. Hand, legs on the near your thighs. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama. Visualize cool moonlight rising through your spine. As you perform Mula Bandha, chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Bhujena Januveshtitva Murdhani Bhumo Nayet. The next asana is Baddha Parsha Konasana. So from the previous similar posture, where your front leg is at 90 degree, lean forward and thread your right arm under the thighs. Bring your left palm behind you, interlacing the finger behind Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama. Visualize firmly as you lift your chest up. Engage Mulbandha. Visualize being firm, bounded by a strong, unbreakable rope. And the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Pakshayo Pada Sandhi Dharanam Kathe Budhai. The next asana is Urdhva Kaksha Sthirkasana, repeating on the other side. So this time bring your right palm on the ground. And left palm over your head and straight. Shambhavi Mudra. Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama. Visualize yourself as a radiant, untethered mystical bird, soaring freely with your chest lifted towards the sky as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Urdhva Khago Madhya Khago Agasha Tatha Khago Ishate Niradharo Parik Chata Jnana Chak Chanda Gadvaridha. The next asana is Bhairava Tapadasana. Begin from the plank position. So come to the plank position with toes tucked and hands flat. Then slowly lower your knees, chest, and chin down. So lower your knees, your chest, your chin down. So they slightly touch the floor. Maintain your hips lifted, spine long. Avoid lifting your elbows. Flare wide by tucking them onto your sides. With 8 points of your contact on the ground, hold the static position. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumukha Prana. Visualize Lord Kala Bhairava seated firmly in your heart. Engage Mulbandha as you chant with the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Ashtapadasanam Sittva Bhairavam Hridaya Dharayet Ukkuta Sanavattam Proktam Janubhayam Adhovilokanam. The next asana is Madhya Khagasana. So start lying face down on the ground with legs extended, top of the feet pressing the floor, hands under the shoulders, and then press through the palms and the top of your feet as you lift your chest forward and straight up while keeping your arms straight away from the ears. Lift your thighs, broaden the collarbones slightly. Engage Mulabandha. Visualize a bird soaring upward as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Urdhva Khago Madhya Khagas Tathadho Khago Ishate Niradharo Pari Chaga Chak Chidan Gavaradhika. The next asana is Ekapadasana 3. So in this asana, as you from the standing position, place both the feet together and arms by your sides. So bend forward and place both the arms on the sides, and then shift your weight onto one leg and ground it firmly. Inhale and lift the opposite leg straight up towards the sky. Keep your legs extended. Legs as comfortable. Hinge forward from your hips as you lower your torso towards the ground. Reaching your hands towards the floor. Standing legs for the support as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Asendra Pashamasendra Snam Baddhamasendra Devame Vacha Nilambam Cha Chandra Kakhayam Panthavam Tikapadakam. The next asana is Urikshasana 3. From the standing position, raise both your arms over the head and bring your palms together. Keep your shoulders relaxed as you lengthen your spine upward. Then press your hip gently forward as you lift your chest. Lean back, tilt your head back, and then lean in a controlled back bend, maintaining. So your upper body is almost parallel to the ground. Anjali Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama, be a strong tree in your mind. Roots deep gripping the earth. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Vrikshasanam. The next asana is Markatasana Dvai. Standing from the standing position with feet hip width apart, wider than the hip. So keep your feet little wider than the hip width. And once you exhale, hinge forward from the hip and fold forward deeply, bringing your head all the way down, spreading it between your thighs. Slide your hands in Prana Mudra and hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra. Yes. And then keep your legs straight and comfortable, possibly without locking your knees. Inhale. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as a playful monkey, embodying quality of flexibility, agile, and joyful energy as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Haram Kamadahanam. Panipadam Chakkarmukam. Tikam Gomakam Veeram Mandakam Markadasanam. The next asana is Kantadi asana. In this asana, from the standing position with feet wide, knees bent at 90 degree. The knees are bent at 90 degree on the sides, stacked above the ankles, thighs parallel to the ground. Keep the spine straight and chest proud. Raise your arms up parallel to the ground and bend the elbows at 90 degree, facing the palms outward and hold firmly. Shambhavi Mudra, visualize Lord Paramashivam, grounded and wavering. As you engage Mulbandha Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama, as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Gandadis Asanam. The next asana is Kondyasana. So start by bending your knees and shrinking your hips down. So place both the palms on the ground and twist your torso to one side and bring both the hands on the mat, shoulder width apart, and place the thighs, both of your thighs on the of your bent leg on the opposite upper arm. And then lean forward, bend your elbows to create the shaft, engage your core and lean forward. Shifting your weight onto the hands, lift your feet off the ground, bringing your heels towards your glute and then extend the legs straight on the sides. Sambhavi Mudra. Visualize yourself as Kundalini Maharishi, embodying divineness, intellect, and serene devotion. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama, engage Mool Bandha as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vasishtatha Kundalini Urthakukutameva cha Ashtavakramadhottanam Ayuram Seta Bandhanam. Now, the next asana will be repeating Kondyasana on the other side. To switch, as you place your palms on the ground, shoulder width apart, twist your torso on the opposite side, place the knees on the upper arm, and extend your legs on the side. Moola Bandha, visualize yourself as Kundalini Maharishi. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vasishtatha Kondalinam Urdhakoputameva cha Ashtavakrathotanam Ayuram Seta Bandhanam Uttanapadam Pramcham cha Mayuram Set Mairicham Veerabhadrakam Natarajam Trikonam cha Saptangushta Prasarane. The next asana is Manduki Pavasana. So come to this plank position. And from the plank position with your hands and toes slightly wider than your shoulder width, lean over and wrap one arm behind your back. You can start with bringing your left arm behind your back and then clasp onto the opposite hand's forearm. So you have to bring your hips a little down and twist your upper body as well to hold on to the opposite forearms from behind. Give it a try. Engage your core firmly to hold the three-limb stance. Maintain your spine straight. As you perform the Shambhavi Mudra, see yourself as a frog at rest. Engage Mool Bandha. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Mandakya Pava Asanam. Next, we'll be repeating Manduki Pavasanam on the opposite side. So once again, from the plank position, now this time bring your right hand from your back and hold on to your forearms. Sambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as a frog at rest, low, alert, and poised. Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Mandaki Pava Asanam. The next asana is Hamsasana 3. So this is similar to Mayurasana. The difference is your fingers will be pointing forward, not backward. So start from the kneeling position with the palms flat on the ground just below your navel. Lean forward, bend your elbows and stack them under your wrist. Lift both the legs up to balance on your hands. Keep your gaze forward. Avoid collapsing your chest. Shambhavi Mudra. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as a serene swan, poised and elegant. An effortless balance as you engage Mool Bandha and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So come on, let's enter into Hamsasana 3. Hamsasana Namakara Talau Nidharayodare Pado Preshte Samyuthapya Hamsadvi Chered Dhu The next asana is Prasarita asana. So come to the standing position with your feet wide apart. So feet is wide apart and hinge forward from your hips and bow your head towards the ground as low as comfortable. Then extend your arms behind you. Interlace the fingers firmly. Place your hands away from your back for a stretch, avoiding locking your knees. And hands in Paramashiva Mudra. Visualize you're extending deeply in the bow towards Paramashiva. Perform Jalandhar Bandha. Ujjayi Kumka Prana as you perform. Chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Tadvat Padadhyam Puryat Tanmukham Tu Prana Mitam. The next asana is Utkatakka Konasana Dve. So from the standing position with your feet wide apart, bend your knees at 90 degrees on the sides and stacked above the ankles, thighs parallel to the ground. Keep your spine straight and chest lifted slightly downward. Rest your hands on the top of your respective knees, elbows locked. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama, embody Goddess Kali. Bold energy, standing centered and shakable. Mool Bandha, Chant Japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shapta Chakrakshananaya Vrikshasana Visheshakan Jananendriyadhanaya Kona Bhedan Samadhashet. The next asana is Parivritta Utkata Konasana. Once again, with your knees wide apart at 90 degrees on the sides, stacked over the ankles, thighs parallel to the ground. Keep the spine straight, chest lifted. Rest your hands on the top of your respective knees with elbows locked. Then, from this position, twist yourself onto your left side. Twist yourself onto the left side, raising the chest upward. Simultaneously bend your left elbow and lock your right elbow to press the inner right knee away with the right hand, increasing the twist. So this is for increasing the twist. As visualize yourself body turn, imagine Goddess Kali raising within and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Shapta Chakrakshananaya Vrisheshaka Vikshasana Visheshakan Jananendriyadhanaya Vrikshasana Vivedakan. Now we'll be repeating Parivritta Utkata Konasana on the other side. So switch the position. So legs are still in the similar posture. Now twist on the right side. And chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Shapta Chakrakshanalaya Vrishashana Visheshakan Jananendriyadhanaya Kona Bhedan Samadhashet. The next asana is Utkata Konasana. So once again, with your knees, heels width more than shoulder width apart, heels, bring your knees at 90 degrees, thighs are parallel to the ground. And from this position, raise both of your arms parallel to the ground. Bend your elbows at 90 degrees. Palms are facing outward. Hold firmly, Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize embodying Goddess Kali's fierce grace. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Tapsa Chakrakshananaya Vishashana Visheshakan Jananendriyadhanaya Kona Bhedan Samadhashet. The next asana is Ghanasana. So stand tall with your feet flat, and grounded beneath you. Rest your arms naturally by your sides. Samabhi Mudra Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself becoming dense and contained like a solid block that cannot be disturbed or scattered. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Atha Ghanasanam. The next asana is Tuladanasanam. From the standing position in Talasana with your feet together, inhale and lift your arms straight overhead. As you bring your legs back at parallel to the ground and forward, lean forward with your upper body parallel to the ground. Hands in Anjali Mudra. As you visualize your body strong, straight in a perfect balance. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Tula Dandasanam Pado Bhumo Sthapitva Cheresam Tula Dandasama Dhare Duchukudam.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership.
So let's continue with the next asana. The next asana is we'll be repeating Tuladhanasana on the other side. So switch your position of your legs and then lean forward with your hands in Anjali Mudra. Visualize yourself, your body strong, straight in a perfect balance, like firm staff. Ujjayi Kumbhaka Pranayama Mool Bandha. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Tuladandasanamanam Pada Bhuma Sapitva Shariram Tuladandana Samek Dharayed Chaket. The next asana is Niladhara Adha Khadagasana. This is one of the advanced postures. So let's enter into this asana as so. This is basically a handstand where your legs will be parallel to the ground. So from the deep, a squat with hands in on the ground. Please lean forward, engage core. Come to the handstand position, and from there lower your body, lower your legs at 90 degrees from the hips. And Samavriti, try to balance. You can take the support of the partner. You can take the support of the wall. Samavriti. And visualize yourself as a powerful majestic bird flying straight and strong. Samavriti, Moolabandha. and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Urdhakhago Madhyakagasto Sagapcha Khate Sraha. The next asana is Hastasana. In Hastasana, stand straight in Vrikshasana, where you with your hand stand, place both the palms on the ground, legs straight, and bring your legs straight vertically up. Visualize yourself as grounded yet powerful through focused awareness. Samavriti Shame Mudra Mool Bandha. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Once again, take the support of the partner, take the support of your wall. हस्तानां नाम करतलौ भूमौ स्थापयित्वा पादौ पृष्ठे संस्थापये हस्तयोः धारयेतलम्. The next asana is Hasta Vrakshasana. So this is one handstand. So once again, you can take the support of partner or wall. So this is deep, advanced posture. Once again, from the standing position with hands on the ground, legs vertically up. Try to balance yourself on one hand. Other hand on the sides. You can tilt your body sides. You can take the support of the partner or the wall. Visualize yourself as a tree firmly rooted in the ground, deep, despite a slender trunk. Engage Mulabandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Hasta Vrikshasana Nama Eka Hastena Bhumi Sprisham Uparam Hasta Murdhvam Kritva Vrikshadvijasam. The next asana will be performing is Eka Hasta Niradhara Khadgasana. The one hand unsupported sky mover pose. So once again, perform from the similar asanas. So let's continue practicing. Visualize your entire body lifting smooth, effortlessly, and upward. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Urdhakhago Madhyastha Bhaga Dhase Niradharo Parighaga Sajit. Now we'll be continue practicing as we are entering into the next asana, which is similar asana. Repeating Hasta Rakshasana on the other side. So switch the position of your hands. Now you'll be placing, balancing yourself on the opposite arm. Samavriti Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as a tree, firmly rooted. As you perform the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep practicing the asana as we enter into the next asana, which is Ekahasta Niradhara Khadgasana, repeating on the other side. So similar asana. So visualize yourself as the entire body lifting smoothly and effortlessly upward, as if beyond by invisible limb of consciousness. Samavriti. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Urdhakhago Madhyakagasto Khago Ishyate Niradharo Pari Siddhakhagastya Anvat Itha. The next asana is Gomukhasana Tarini. So now settle down. Come to the Gomukhasana position with your right knee over your left. With your right knee over the left, so cross your knees, raise your elbows upward and cross your hands behind your back, holding onto the opposite shoulder. Shambhe Mudra, Apakarsha Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself embodying the gentle awareness of cow's face. soft voice, eyes open to the world with calm patience as you engage Mulabandha and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Bhairavam Kamadahanam Panipatram Cha Karmukam Satva Gomukham Veeram Mandaka Mardakatasasanam. The next asana that we are about to enter is Gomukhasana Chatwari. So from the similar posture, raise your right elbow upward and place the right hand behind your back and clasp the fingers with your left hand coming from below and up. Hold steady with spine upright. Shambhavi Mudra, Apakarshika Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a gentle, intelligent cow embodying calm and patience. Engage Mulbandha, gaze to the third eye. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Siddham Padmam Tatha Simham Vajram Bhadram Vajram Cha Muktakam Guptam Gomukha Ashay Cha Viram Sthatameva Cha. The next asana is Andhya Parshva Avesha. In this asana, as you are seated in the similar posture, bring your left hand behind your back and hold onto the right arm. Keeping your right hand on your belly. Lean forward towards your right side, bringing your forehead towards the ground. Shambhavi Mudra, Apakarshika Kumbhaka, Mool Bandha. Visualize your Kundalini raising up to your chest, crown of the head, and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Dharetva Parishyasya Karim Niskuchya Dhidam Uttolayet. The next asana is Sanyasana. So, from the seated position with your left knee bent and foot at the right hip. So, left knee is bent near the perineum and bring the foot to the right hip. And from this position, cross your right foot over your left knee. Keeping the knee raised, place the foot flat on the ground outside of your bent left knee. From this position, take your left hand and hold on to the left knee. And twist your upper body towards the right side, bringing your right arm behind your back, holding onto the opposite hip. So you are bringing and holding onto the opposite hip. Keep your spine elongated, avoid arching your twist. Intensely, Shambhavi Mudra, Apakarshika Kumbhaka, Mulabandha. Visualize yourself with a eagle's sharp vision, seeing your path clearly. And as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Vamam Padam Dakshinam Ta Sapetva Dhidam Nayet Dakshina Kaksham Vamujanu Kashitam Ranta Yetrataha. The next asana is Sanyasana Purvanga. From the seat, start with the seated position with your left knee, bend your left knee outside of your hip. Cross your right foot, keeping the raised knee, and place the right foot flat on the ground outside of the bent left knee. Then take your right hand and hold on to the, take your left arm behind you and hold on to the left foot, opening your chest towards the left side in the opposite direction, and lift your right palm straight up. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Vamapadam Dakshina Tale Sapetva Dhiram Nayet. The next asana is Go Masendrasana. So start with from the seated position with your left knee bent. So once again, bring your left knee and heels close to the perineum. Cross your right foot over your left knee. And then from this position, take your left hand and place it under your raised right knee from front. And then place it under the right raised knee and wrap your right arm behind your back, trying to interlace the finger behind you in Paramashiva Mudra. Apakarshika, visualize yourself as a bow drawn back with a steady focused tension. Mool bandha, as a chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dhanurakashaka, Krishna Dhanuras, Sanamitam, Vomula, Ripete. The next asana is Ardhasana. So come to the seated position with bring one foot and place it on the top of the opposite thigh, keeping the other leg bent. Sit upright with spine tall in a relaxed posture, hands resting on the knees. Visualize Swamiji in his face. Engage Mulbandha, gaze to the third eye as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kurmasanam, Shreshtam, Dardurasanam Uchyate, Vajasanam Samudrishte, Tato Ardham Uchyate. The next asana is Vama Chaturam Padasana. So from the seated position, stack one knee directly over the other like in Gomukhasana. And then bring the knees in the similar in the straight line. Keep your spine tall and your shoulders away from your ears. Instead of reaching the arms behind, interlace the fingers in front of your stomach. So interlace the finger in front of your stomach, allowing the hands to rest lightly against the lower abdomen. Maintain the open chest. Hands in Paramashiva Mudra, Gomukha. Visualize balance returning through the left side as if the subtle imbalance are being corrected and brought back into harmony. Engage Mulbandha as you gaze to the nose as chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Vamachaturo Masapadasanam. The next asana is Charapati Asana. So keep your knees stacked over the top of the other and place the back of your hands on the respective hip. So place the back of your hands on the respective hip. Palms are facing outward. Instead of placing the palms inward, switch the position of your palms and facing outward. Keep your spine tall, shoulder relaxed, Shambhavi Mudra, Apaj Kumbhaka, where you partially close the nose and do the Rechika and Puraka is Apakarsha Kumbhaka. So Rechika means exhalation, Puraka means inhalation. To partially close your nose and do the Rechika and Kumbhaka, Puraka, engage Mulbandha, visualize grounded patience, rhythmic precision, unhurried power as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Atha Charpitasanam. The next asana is Govinda Asana. Start seated with knees stand over the other. Place back of your hands on the thigh. Place your palms facing upward. Keep your spine tall. Shambhavi Mudra. Visualize yourself seated as calm guardian, steady and unhurried, holding space rather than exerting control. Apakash Kumbhaka, Mulabandha. As you chant the japa, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, Atha Govindasanam. The next asana is lowly asana. So, as you are seated in a cross-legged position in a Gomukhasana position, hold the feet with the respective hand in Prana Mudra. Perform Shakti Chalakumuka. And in this position, you will be pulling your stomach inward and upward in Uddiyana Bandha. And isolate and roll the stomach. So this is not only Uddiyana Bandha, this is Nadi Kriya or Loli Kriya. So after performing, exhaling, completely engaging Uddiyana Bandha, then start rolling your abdomen in circles while engaging the Uddiyana Bandha. So you're not relaxing. While you engage in Uddiyana Bandha, start rolling your abdomen left, right, or in circle. When you need to inhale, release, and then inhale, and then relax, and repeat again. Shakti Chalana Mudra, awaken the base energy with steady intent. Draw prana upward through the spine. Apakashika Kumaka. Dhyana Bandha, visualize your Kundalini awakening from the base of your spine as you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Sarvanga Charana Deva Kundala. Kundali Shakti Charanam. Charanat Kundali Devya. Chetana Sa Bhavet. Prabodha Gomukhasanam. The next asana is Janu Pranayama. Start seated with knees stacked as in the Gomukhasana. Wrap your index finger and middle finger and hold the toes in the Prana Mudra. Lean forward. So from the previous position, lean forward. Raise the knee side, lowering your chest and forehead towards your thighs for a deep side stretch. Keep your spine long, shoulder relaxed. Avoid collapsing your chest. Apakash Kumukha, Mulabandha. Visualize the Kundalini as a sacred flame being ignited by a spinning stick, creating glow ember to awaken a powerful deep within. And chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Jano Pandya Krita Madhya Sabve Dakshina Taret. The next asana is Pada Samyukta Pravritti Asana. So in this asana, as you're seated in the Gomukhasana posture, keep your hands, cross your hands and hold on to the opposite big toes in Prana Mudra. Lean gently over your raised knee side, lower your chest, forehead towards your thighs. So lean slightly. Keep your, for a deep side stretch, keep your spine long as you perform Kumbhaka. Visualize your Kundalini awakening along your spine. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kunchitva hastatare nivesh grivayam adhika parivartayet. The next asana is Ganeshasana. So this time as you're seated in the Gomukhasana posture, bring your hands behind your back and hold on to the opposite big toes. Visualize Paramashiva's bow, Shivanika, at the base of your spine, rooted upward, practicing piercing all the chakras, holding steady with spine upright, Prana Mudra, Apakash Kumbhaka. Visualize a fierce, focused energy igniting within you, like Paramashiva's bow. Through inertia, engage Uddiyana Bandha. Gaze to the nose and chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gomukhe Sansitva Petva Pashni Yugmake. The next asana is Bandha Parshva Aveshasana. So in this asana, as you're seated in the similar posture, bring your right hand behind your back. Hold on to the opposite arm, and your left hand is on front of your belly. Lean towards your side and bring your forehead towards the ground. So it's a dynamic posture. So once your hands are in the position, lean forward. Lean forward on the side and bring the forehead to the ground. Shambhavi Mudra. Visualize your Kundalini raising up along the spine. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dharitvapi Shveshayana Kadi Kunchedram Uttalonanam. The next asana is Shenyasana, Shenyahasana. In this asana, start seated with your right knee bent and foot at the left hip. And cross your left foot, keeping the raised knee. And take your hands, right hand behind you. Right hand is onto your, you're twisting towards the raised knee. You're twisting towards the raised knee. Sambhe Mudra. Apakash Kumka Mool Bandha. Your left arm is holding the hip, opposite hip. Chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vamapadam Lakshintale Sapitvadanam Neth. The next asana is Shenyahasana Purvanga Dve. So start seated with your right knee bent. And so the similar posture, just instead of twisting yourself on the opposite direction, twisting yourself in the similar position. Raise your left arm straight up, right arm holding the big toe. Visualize yourself soaring like an eagle. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vamapadam Dakshinatare Sapitvajanam Neth. Dakshinabhaksha Vamabhuja Kasite Ganthaye. Next asana is Gomasendrasana, repeated on the other side. So this time, switch the position of your legs. And if your right knee is bent, then twist towards your right and bring the right arm and thread it in front of your raised left knee and thread it between your thighs and bring your left arm behind you, interlacing the finger. Visualize yourself as a bow drawn back with a steady tension. Apakash Kumka Moola Bandha as you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dhanurakarshika Krishta Dhanurasanam Ischhitam. The next asana will be repeating. It's Ardha Kurmasana. So, we'll be performing Ardha Kurmasana. In this asana, Sit with your knees on the ground, toes flat, outside of your hip. Exhale and lower the chest to the floor. Keep your hips between the heels. Palms in Namaskara Mudra. The hands are beneath your throat, with tips of the finger touching the chin as it rests on the ground. Draw the senses inward, becoming still, and withdraw like tortoise within its shell. Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as a tranquil, steadfast tortoise drawing inward for shelter and renewal. Engage Mula Bandha and gaze to the nose as we chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Ardhakurmasanamanam Pada Prishtes Samarpitau Hastau Cha Parshvasthapita Shrap Padmedvyam. The next asana is Sauri Asana. So start with the kneeling position with your toes tucked, sitting on the bones on your back of the heels. Spread your knees out wide, placing your palms on the respective upper thighs so the fingers point outward towards the body. Keep your spine long, chest upright. Gaze evenly. Engage your core for the stability. As you visualize, feel the sun's warm, steady glowing centering in your body core. Engage Dhyana Bandha, Jai Kumka Pranayama. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Sauriyasanam. The next asana is Dakshina Gripava Muktasana. So start seated with one heel drawn in close to the perineum. Place the opposite foot flat on the ground with knees raised upward. And then spread your arms cross one another in front of your chest, sliding them between your torso and lift thighs to create a secure hold. Shambhavi Mudra Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize trapped pressure and restlessness being squeezed out cleanly from the lower body. Engage Mula Bandha as we chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Atha Dakshina Gripava Muktasanam. The next asana is Ardha Paschimottanasana. So in this position, start with one leg stretched out in front of you. Place the heel of the outer foot firmly against the perineum to apply gentle pressure. Extend both arms. Grip the toes with the stretched leg. Lean your head forward to rest above the bent knee while keeping your spine long and chest open. Shambhavi Mudra Ujjayi Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize your extended leg grounding your energy with the head pressing gently into the perineum. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padam Ristinam Guryat Padasya Esha Gude Sannipat. The next asana is Vama Vakrasana. So start seated on your knees with right heel resting beneath on your sitting bones, and bring the left knee outside of your left hip. So sit on the knees and bring the left heel outside of your left hip. Bring your left and allow the legs to settle comfortably, and then lengthen your spine as you gently twist your upper body towards your left. Keeping the movement soft and controlled. Place your hands in front of your stomach, interlaced. Okay, hands are not interlaced. Just hold the hands. And Shambhavi Mudra, visualize old patterns loosening their grip on you. Turn gently on the left leg and twist. Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama engage. Mool Bandha as a chant japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Vakrasanam. The next asana is Vama Gripava Pavanamuktasana. Start seated with one heel drawn in close to the perineum. Grounding your weight evenly. Place the opposite foot flat on the knee. Steady arms. So we are repeating this asana on the other side. Hold on to the opposite forearms in front of your chest. Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama engage. Mool Bandha and visualize accumulated tension and stagnant energy releasing gently from your left side. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Vama Gringapava Muktasanam. The next asana is Ardha Paschimottanasana, repeating on the other side. So switch the position of your leg once again. If you had the left leg at front, this time place your right leg extended forward and left knee bent. Lean forward, hold on to the big toes in the Prana Mudra. Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama. Visualize yourself as guardian of the West, embodying the vast, flowing power of water, cosmic ocean like Lord Varuna. Engage Mool Bandha. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padam Stitvam Kuryat Padasya Eshal Gude Sannipat. The next asana is Dakshina Vakrasana. So start sitting on your knees, left heel resting beneath your sitting bones. Bring your right heel outside. So switch the position this time. You're sitting on your left heel and the right heel is outside of your right hip. And hands on the stomach, holding each other. Visualize bodies realigning through clean turn right. Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama engage. Mool Bandha as you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Dakshina Vakrasanam. The next asana is Kapotasana Dve. So this is most of the asanas that you might have practiced while entering into split. This is a preparatory asana for that. So from the kneeling position, bring your hands onto the ground in front of you and extend one leg straight backward and keep the opposite knee bent and heel slightly crossed inward towards the groin. And then place your hands on the respective hip, pushing the hips and chest forward. Gently lean your upper body back, opening up the chest and lift your head upward. Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama. Visualize yourself as Heron, dove, embracing grace as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Langhaadhi Padam Ekam Prasarya Ayanam Konchya Guhya Nayet. The next asana is Kapotasana Dve Purvanga. So from the similar position, from the previous asana, just bend your back leg, bend your knees and the back, and hold on to the feet with both the hands by bringing both the hands on the respective hip and lean your upper body back, opening up the chest. Shambhavi Mudra. Visualize yourself as a dove poised in graceful readiness. Ujjayi Kumukha Pranayama engage. Mool Bandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Prasarita Padangushta Shira Prishte Vinamayet. The next asana is Prishta Baddha Bhairavasana. So from the similar posture where you are seated in the similar posture with knee bent, now this time cross your opposite arm, the one arm and hold on to the big toe from behind, and the other arm is raised up, holding on to the foot. So these are the difficult or the advanced asanas where this also needs your back bend flexibility. Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as Lord Kalabhairava, fierce energy raising within you as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vamapada Dakshinorupri Samadhaya Punyataha. The next asana is Kapotasana Dve Uttaranga. So from the previous asana, spread your legs straight. One leg is the knee which was bent. Now straighten the legs in front and the back leg is straight in the back. Placing your hands on the hips, gently tilt your head and upper back slightly backward while lifting the chest upward, opening the heart. Jai Kumaka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as tranquil dove soaring with an open grace. Engage Mula Bandha. Chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kunchita Jano Puradasta Pasharya Nidesha Kumbhagam Karayet. The next asana is Kapotasana Dve Uttaranga Dve. So from the previous asana, lean forward. Hold, bringing your head down onto your front knee and placing your hands onto the feet. Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Visualize yourself a peaceful dove, grounding in quiet contemplation as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kunchita Janu Pustatat Prasarya Nidesha Kumbhaka Itta Kuryat. The next asana is Kapotasana Dve, repeating on the other side. So now we'll be repeating this whole sequence on the other side. So now switch the position of your legs and bend the front knee at your hips, at the groin, hands resting on the hips. Lean your upper body little back, chest open. Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama. Gaze upward as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Tanghar Dhida Pada Ekam Prasarya Anyam Kaunchya Guhe Nayas. Yes. The next asana will be repeating Kapotasana Dve Uttaranga. So from the previous asana, just bend the knee at the back and try to hold onto the feet with bringing both the hands above you. Visualize yourself as the dove poised in graceful readiness. Engage Mulabandha Ujjayi Kumka Pranayama as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Prasarita Padangushta Sirah Prishte Vinmayet. Kancha Saranapurvam Vyayam Samacharet. The next will be repeating Prishtabadha Bhairavasana. So from the previous asana, cross your one arm behind you and hold on to the opposite big toe. And hold on to the bent knee with the respective hand. So the knee which is bent at the back, raise the same respective hand behind and hold on to the foot. And the other hand goes behind and hold on to the big toes. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Vamapada Dakshinorupri Samadhyaya Prishtet Daksha Hastena Grihayam Padam Sirosh Nised. The next asana is repeating Kapotasana Dve Uttaranga. So extend the knee which is bent, extend the leg in full split, front split, and hands on the knees, hands on the hips. Open up your chest, lean little slightly backward, gaze upward, engage Mulbandha as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself as a tranquil dove soaring with open rays as you chant japa and perform the Shastra Pramana. Kunchit Janu Prasyat Prasarya Nidesha Gumbaka Samvit Kuryat. The next asana we're repeating is Kapatasana, Dve Uttaranga Dve. So from the similar posture, lean forward, bring your forehead towards the knee, hands holding the opposite on the front knee, front foot. Jai Kumka Pranayama, engage Mulbandha as you chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kunchita Jana Pushtas Pustasyadvasara Nisheda Kumbhakam Nektu Kuryat. The next asana is Nisvasasana. So extend both legs in front of you. Spine tall, ground through your sitting bones as you lengthen your upward through the crown of your head. Interlace the finger in front of you, the navel, keeping your hands relaxed yet steady. Jai Kumka Pranayama, visualize each exhalation emptying you completely as if exhale air, tension, and exhale effortlessly efforts are leaving your body without resistance. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Swasasana. The next asana is Garbhasana Dve. In Garbhasana Dve, as you are seated with legs extended, lean forward, hold on to the opposite big toes, hold on to the big foot, big toes in Prana Mudra. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. अतः पादौ दंडवत् भूमौ प्रसार्य पादाग्रं हस्ताभ्यां ग्रीवां ललाटजानुं समेत. The next asana is Trikonasana Purvanga. Trikonahasana Purvanga. In this asana, extend the legs on the sides, spread your legs in full split, and then lean forward and hold on to the big toes with firm grip. Spread your toes wide apart, lower your chest, chin to the ground. Hands in Pranamudra, visualize yourself as a perfect triangle. As you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padam Gushtadvayam Gretva Padam Vayat Vegam. The next asana is Trikonahasana, Trini. So this is from the similar posture. Keep your spread wide apart, legs wide apart, tuck your chin to the chest. So the difference is you're tucking your chin to the chest in Jalandhar Bandha. Visualize yourself as luminous triangle lifting gently from its base as you chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Padam Gushtam Dridam Griham Kritva Prasarita Padaha. The next asana is Uttaranga Hasana, Trikona Hasana Uttaranga. So from the seated position, rotate onto your back and extend your feet on the ground. So from the kneeling position, lean forward, trying to bring your head between the knees, hands between your thighs, holding on to the feet. Visualize a radiant triangle. Drawn taunt, elegant tension. Jalandhar bandha. Chant japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Pani dvayam gulfa yugme nivesh padangashta gram ghetva. Now, lie down in Samsana Vahasana. Lie down with your legs stretched out, arms resting sideward. Let your shoulders relax. Place your palms comfortably at your sides, avoiding any tension. Shakti Chalana Mudra, awaken the base energy with a steady intent, drawing the prana upward through the spine, Kevalaka Kumbhaka. Visualize your body lying in a cremation ground, embraced by sacred flames. See your bones transforming into diamond dust, racing on the wind and scattering into starlight. Contemplate profound dissolution, radiant release, an eternal cycle of transforming, flowing within you. As we chant the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
You come back to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers, feet, ankles, wrist. Bring your knees to the chest. Roll from side to side. And lean on one side and come back to the comfortable seated position. With your hands in Namaskara Mudra, let's offer our gratitude to Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, for giving this opportunity to perform the most authentic yoga derived from the very source. And with this, let's end the session with the full mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarapanastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you everyone for joining in for Nithyananda Yoga. See you tomorrow as well for the daily live yoga. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United